Hello, this is Father David here on day 30 of the Nativity fast. We have a meditation today from St. John Chrysostom. Again, as we've heard him before, comment on the epistle of 1 Timothy. Now, the church at this point is going through the gospel readings and the epistle readings for the day. And right now we are going through 1 Timothy. We're in chapter 6 today. And when he comments on the epistle reading for today, it comes across as something of, we might call it today a cliche. The very idea is pretty straightforward. I brought nothing into this world, and I'm not going to take anything out. You can't take it with you. Okay? That no matter if you're just the poorest man on the planet or the richest, every man is going to go into the same box and be buried. Of course, St. John says it better than I can. He says, that worldly gain is nothing, is manifest. It's obvious. Because it is left behind and does not attend us or go along with us at our departure. How is this plain? Because we had nothing when we came into this world, therefore we will have nothing when we depart from it. And this is something that, and this is where he ends our excerpt for today. This is something that all of us see, that it is the uncomfortable, the difficult, for many, word of the church to those who would distract themselves with the things of this life to the point of ignoring the things of God. And this, we had a couple of weeks ago in the church, a gospel reading of the not the rich young ruler, but of the rich fool, who we commented on in another video, where he had all of these barns that were full of grain, and he says, I'm going to tear those down, build others. And our Lord said about him, oh, you fool, do you not know that this night they will require your soul of you? And then he ends, though. Let us take that to the next verse on that particular gospel reading, where it says, that is how one is who is rich towards the things of this world, but is not rich towards God. Now let's think about that. Is it in and of itself to be rich in terms of the things of this world? No, but it is more difficult to disentangle ourselves from the things of this world, by definition, if we have more of the things. And this is what St. John is saying. Therefore, we want no superfluities. We don't want anything superfluous. We don't want anything unnecessary, And by unnecessary, what do we mean? Do we mean that we only want stark walls and only those things which are absolutely essential to human survival? No decorations, none of that kind of thing. We only want those things that if we don't have them, we die. That is definitely, in many cases, the life of our monastic brothers and sisters. But I would say, of course, given our rich tradition throughout Christendom, East and West, of gorgeous music, of beautiful art, some of which is behind me right now, of the appreciation of good food, all of these things are not evil in and of themselves. They're not wrong to enjoy these things. We talk about wine that gladdens the heart of man. All of these things. Now, these things can be abused. These things can be made into idols, right? Things that separate us or block us from viewing Christ as the ultimate end of all things, the ultimate goal of all things. And it's that moment that a created thing becomes a superfluity, becomes superfluous in the sense that it is blocking us from the one thing needful. And this is how we ought to view these things, the things of this world. Not so much evil, although there are things that, the way that they are presented only serve to distract, only serve to isolate, only serve to lie about things, only serve to give us a false impression of life and the point of it, only serve to increase our own selfishness. If there isn't a way to engage something in a Christian, giving, selfless way, we should avoid it. But many of the other things that I've mentioned, they're not so much wrong, simply as they just are temporary. And this is how we have to view things. Whatever it is that we've been blessed to experience, whether it's a partnership, or whether it's children, or whether it's lovely food or drink, or artistic excellence, whatever it is that we experience, we give thanks for it in the moment as a gift from God. But we realize that we don't live for these things. The old phrase, eat to live. Don't live to eat. Enjoy the food you're eating. Give thanks to God for it. But realize that, as the apostle said in another place, food is for the belly, and this is our epistle reading. Food is for the belly, and the belly for food. But the Lord will do away with them both. And so we see what St. John is commenting on here in our epistle reading for today. So let us take a realistic view again. What is temporary? What is eternal? Let us enjoy the temporary things for the beauty that it is, understanding, however, that the grass will wither and the flower will fade, but only the word of the Lord will remain unto eternity. Let us invest in that which will remain unto the next life. So God bless you. Lord willing, we'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.